Hi there, Sagittarius. How are you doing today? This is Jo, and I'm with Crystal Luna Tarot. Today I have a reading for you that's going to consist of a couple of spreads, approximately 2, 4, 6, 7 cards. And the question that we're going to focus on, where it is a general reading, but it is a focused question, and it's going to be based on your ex, okay? Someone who has recently has not been a part of your life. Either you have taken a break, or they have left the home, or you separated, a divorce. This is something that has recently taken place. I would say within the last couple of months, weeks, or even days, okay? So we're going to talk about what they're thinking about the relationship. So we're going to focus on what their thoughts are in regards to the relationship. Are they thinking of reconciling? Are they thinking of, what are they thinking about? Are they thinking positive, or are they thinking that this is not going to work out? So nonetheless, we're going to explore that question, okay? We also are going to explore the reconciliation portion of it. Will you reunite in April? Will you get back together? Will you be in contact? Any kind of communication or anything that is going to give us an indication that this union still has potential to move forward, okay? We'll ask that as well. We will also explore if there's a situation that can, let's see, like tongue-tied here. We're going to explore what needs to take place in order to fix the situation, to fix what needs fixing, okay? What needs to be worked on, okay? Fixing. I said fixing so many times. I'm so sorry. So what needs to be worked on prior to the reunion of the relationship, before the relationship reunites. I tell you, with this whole Mercury situation going on and whatnot, my speech has been absolutely obstructed. I stumble over my words. It's just not a good thing. But nonetheless, we also are going to finish it off with a strategy card, okay? So not just an oracle, but a strategy card. So it will give you some sort of guidance in terms of what needs to happen to go forward, okay? It's very practical advice. Now, as always, I'm not quite sure if you are new to the channel, but if you are, let me tell you that I meditate, I premeditate prior to the readings, and the cards are already infused with your energy, okay, for Sagittarius. And with that being said, we will begin, okay? Just allow me a moment just so that I can set myself up for the reading, okay? Okay, fantastic. Thank you, okay, for giving me a moment to do that. It gets me into reading mode, okay? Now, let's begin. As I said, these cards were already pre-shuffled, so we're not going to do too much shuffling, okay? But certainly we will go ahead and do some shuffling on camera. Okay, let's see here. What is Sagittarius ex-partner thinking about? What do they think about the relationship? What are they thinking about Sagittarius at this moment? Two more shuffles, please. Last shuffle. Okay, so this is going to be their thought process, what they're thinking about that they may not even be telling you. So you might not even know. So yeah, that's what that's going to be. And then also we are going to look into April. Okay, will Sagittarius reunite with the person that they have recently separated from? Okay, is April going to be a month of reconciliation? One more shuffle, please. Okay. If you don't mind, I'm going to shuffle one more time, okay? Alrighty. So this will be the two cards that will tell us if you will reconcile or what communication you're going to have in April. Now, what is standing in the way? Let's use the Kippers. Okay, please give me two cards that will give us an indication of what is obstructing this reuniting of, or what is this? One card actually just fell out, so we're going to hold on to that. What is an obstacle that is stopping this process from moving forward? One more shuffle, please. Oh, another card just made an appearance. This one fell on the ground, so we're going to hold on to that, okay? Set that to the side. So we see, so far I'm seeing that there's multiple issues, okay? Two of them very, very important. Not that I'm saying that any of the other circumstances are not of importance, but certainly these two here, the very two that fell out, are going to be very, very important. Very important. Something that we need to pay special attention to. This is going to be a strategy card, okay? So what strategy is going to be best for Sagittarius? What is the best scenario for Sagittarius? One more shuffle, please. Alrighty, those were very good shuffling. I measure my shuffling based on how it feels, and that felt amazing. That felt like it really got to your energy, okay? Let's begin. Is your ex-spouse thinking about you? What are they thinking about in the relationship, okay? What's going through their head? Okay, let's see. Before I show you, let me just take a look here. So we have the Knight of Cups, and we also have the Four of Swords, and that is inverted, in the inverted position. So here's what we have. We have someone who wants to offer you, okay? They want to offer you a new way of just moving along the relationship. But they see a lot of obstacles taking place. You know, they feel as if, okay, I know that I want to move forward, but how am I going to get this worked out? You know, I'm afraid. They're afraid. They're afraid of telling you of how they truly feel, because at this point, you know, with the Four of Swords inverted, it may just be that this has taken about 4 months, you know, to kind of just get to this development. This just really shows me that someone has been away for a while and really thinking this through. Really thinking it through. Let me just bring that forward in the upright position so that you can see. This is like a bed of, a cloud bed. A bed that's made of these puffy clouds just like suspended in air. You know, it just really feels as if your ex feels that this was a situation that was completely just like dead. You know, there was no resurrection. It was just completely not going to work out, because possibly, okay, they might think that, or thinking, or clearly they're thinking that you might not want to give them an opportunity. Okay, now this could go both ways. You know, it might be that you're willing to give them an opportunity and they're just still suspended in air. You know, they're just suspended in the air and they're just not thinking. Really, they're just not doing anything in order to make things progress. Okay, that is what I'm seeing here. But someone clearly wants to offer someone in the relationship a new way of going about things. And it's so interesting, I'll tell you, because, you know, it's not very typical, so it seems. I have the dragon here, which shows me, you know, he's a very, he or she, okay, not gender-based, but that they're typically, like, very, not macho, I don't want to say macho, but, you know, just, you know, someone who's secure in that way. And it shows as if that security has taken quite a dip. all right, has taken quite a dip, and they are very kind of like, I wouldn't say timid, but they're really want to approach the situation properly because they just do not want to get shut down. Okay, now let's talk about reuniting. These are the two cards that are going to give us this information. Okay, so we have two cards here. Now this, the card to the right hand side, well, this might be your left. It's actually my right. This speaks about the devil, okay? It's called the underworld, but it's the devil card. And it speaks about, you know, it's just very a bad situation. It's just a situation that is not very promising in April. So someone here in the relationship says, that's fantastic and great, and you want to give me an offer and you want to offer me something new, but I don't know how true that may be. So someone in the relationship is very, very doubtful that any of these changes will take place, okay? Along with the green man, which this is the Fool in this deck, and it's inverted. Sagittarius, you might just be thinking, I will be made a fool of if I do decide to take this offer. Because so far I have not seen anything magnificent in the ways of change. So why would I want to give this person another opportunity? Yes, I may see small changes, but I mean, I don't see that this is going to be something that I want to consider right now. You might just want to wait. You might just want to have them wait. I get the sense that you are intentionally making them wait. And you're like, hey, that's just the way it is. I mean, if it's going to be a situation that we will get back together, if that's what is, you know, meant to be, then so be it. But right now, I feel as if there's still way too much negativity for me to even accept any offer that's going to be brought up to me. So, yeah, and you know, with this, there's a lot of green here. A lot of growth, but I also see it's like a poisonous growth, okay? Like a poison ivy, you know, something that will definitely give you a sort of like negative reaction if you even went near it, okay? But knowing that you shouldn't go there, you shouldn't even attempt to, it's almost like fair warning enough. It's like it's a fair warning. Like, does it look like you're going to reconcile in April? As of right now, I really cannot say that this is the way it's looking up. But I'm not saying that it's not going to be a situation that you're not going to consider. At this point, it's just not something you might want to move forward on. Now, what is stopping this? What is potentially going to fix the situation? There were two cards that actually made an appearance and that showed up, okay? And these weren't selected. These were just cards that just popped up, right? So what may that be? We have, these are the Kipper cards, by the way, in case I didn't mention it. I think I did, but just in case. Can't be too sure, right? So we have the mature woman, and then we also have the thoughts. Okay, so this is what's stopping, okay? This is what is an obstacle. Number one is a mature woman. This might even be a mother-in-law, okay, for some of you, not for all, but definitely someone who has an influence in the relationship. But this is almost like an intrusive type of energy where this person really has no business or say in your relationship. So that she's creating an obstacle. But clearly someone in this union has given this particular woman, the mature woman, some power. And she might be the very cause of your separation, your breakup, your hiatus, your time out. So, keeping in mind that this person is still a serious threat to the union or getting back together is something to keep in mind. Now, the card that also fell out was the thought card. Okay, someone is thinking, but not in... See, there's thinking about making things better, and then there's overthinking, which is like an overkill type of way of approaching things. And this is someone who is... like looking at the other person sideways. Now, once again, this isn't gender-based, so even though we have what appears to be an artist contemplating the woman. This very well may be the actual male, right, that's in the picture, and the woman is contemplating on the male. So someone here, the thought process is getting in the way. Too much thought is getting in the way, and that's possibly because someone is trying to figure out how to manage this situation that seems to be so unmanageable. Okay. My apologies. I had to take a bit of a sip there. So let's take a look at the cards that I actually shuffled for you. Okay, here we go. The message and the sudden wealth. Okay, these are also Kipper cards. So what does this mean? How does this tie into the obstacles? Okay, it could be very well that the messages that are being brought forward are not messages that you want to hear. It's like the communication you're getting, it's like you might as well not be getting communication because it's the wrong kind of communication, as if someone's like putting some blame on the other party. So it's saying, well, how can we possibly even get past this when you're still throwing jabs? Okay, you still haven't fixed what was supposed to be fixed, and you know, I just don't want to correspond with you. I don't want to go ahead and you know, just kind of fix this. Okay, now sudden wealth. Okay, sudden wealth is the card that says someone here feels as if it would be okay, this could go two ways. It could be that someone thinks that money is an issue, okay? That money has destroyed the relationship because someone may have possibly come into money and all of a sudden they changed, right? Or a very good possibility would be that in order for the relationship to progress, money and see, because this is also someone who could gamble their money away, right? Someone has an issue here with finances. So finances may also be a burden in this relationship. Okay? So that's really very clear. You know, someone who feels like they can get lucky, you know, quite often. And I need to just point out that the message card is the number 7, okay? And the 3 numbers that are in this jackpot sort of machine and, you know, antique machine is the 777. So, you know, someone here may feel that it would be like, you know, hitting the lottery, you know, in order for this to like take place. Like the chances of hitting the lottery would be much higher than getting back into this relationship. So there's still clearly a lot of animosity here. And the reason I feel that is I feel because it's very recent. And if it isn't very recent, it feels like it's very recent. Like the hurt is so fresh that it really just feels as if it just took place. So healing would be a very big factor in this, okay? Now, I don't want to make this a terribly long video, so let's go ahead and, because this is just supposed to be an overview, okay? Just something quick that will give you just a basic idea of what's taking place. This is the strategy card, okay? And the card that was selected is change. Now, let's go ahead and discuss what that means to the relationship. It says, leap forward and dare to make the change. There will be sacrifices and roadblocks, but you are protected. It is imminent, or it is an imminent move. What is stale and depressed will be revitalized with new energy. So here we go. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead and break that down a bit more. So leaping forward, right? And daring to make a change. That seems to be the theme here. It's like someone wants to make a change, but possibly they don't have what it's going to take to make that change. So therefore there is that that tension and definitely not wanting to take that bold move. And there's also sacrifices and roadblocks. These roadblocks that we were talking about, right? It says that you are protected, right? But it is going to be an imminent move. So it's almost like inevitable that there will be some changes in this relationship. Now, but those changes need to be, this individual, this mature woman really does concern me. She really, truly does. She seems as if she's someone who's quite overbearing and wants to take control over a situation that may not be hers to take control over. And also, we see here that what is stale and is depressed will be revitalized with new energy. So yes, speaking of stale, right, and depressed, this Four of, sorry about that, this actually just jumped out. Okay, this Four of Swords is a stale kind of energy in a way. It's stale, and it's also, it could be considered to be revitalized. Okay, stale because possibly you need that time out because it was stale. But after the Four of Swords, you will be revitalized and you will have a better outlook on the situation. Let's see what card was underneath that, just because it did turn around. Let me just make it known. It is the Star in the inverted position, okay? So hopeless situation, so it seems, that can be turned around, but right now it just doesn't have the energy to happen, okay? So, Sagittarius, this was your basic general reading for will your ex return. Now, to just quickly recap, do we see a reunion coming back into your life, of a reconciliation, meeting of minds in April? I have to tell you, it's a little bit iffy just because there is someone in the relationship that feels that there's still way too much that needs to be changed, and they would be foolish to even consider such a change at this moment, to let this person back in, almost kind of waiting for this individual to make some real changes, bigger, bolder choices, because you know that that they do have the tools. Having the Dragon here, that's a very brave energy, but yet is as if they're holding themselves back, you know? Here we have this big old dragon who's like bold and has fire, and there's this little stream running right before them, and yet they can't get past that very small stream. We're not even talking about a large mass of water here. It's just a small stream. So, you know, it's a matter of your partner, okay, making a bold move that is very small. A small move that will create a bigger impact. And we're having these cards in place here, you know, with the Money card being a challenge, okay, an obstacle, and the overthinking of the circumstances, and the mature woman here who's an older woman who maybe just kind of just slapped right into the middle of this mix, and messages, okay, communicating. You know, there might be some, I wouldn't say hate mail, but certainly some words that were said that are very difficult to take back, okay? So Sagittarius, there is still very promising circumstances in this spread, but it seems like they're very, kind of like very low in energy right now, and in order for this to happen, it's going to have to be amped up, but it's going to take actually, you know, yourself and your partner to kind of, you know, one person to offer and the other person to accept. So there needs to be a meeting of minds here, and I'm not quite sure that that is going to be taking place in April as of yet. But there is still definitely hope with our star card here, regardless whether she was inverted or not. She's still a star, okay? At the end of the day, it's still the star card, okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the reading. It was a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for watching. If you felt that some of the information was useful, a thumbs up is always like appreciated, because I know that I'm on the right path and I should continue doing these type of readings for Sagittarius, because, you know, different signs generally are attracted to different types of readings. So let's see how that works out. And you can always subscribe if you want more content. I'm going to put out different videos. I am having a great time, and I just hope that this is definitely, you know, helping out others in some way, even if it's just in small ways. I just really, that's my aim here, okay? And yeah, so Sagittarius, that is it. This is me saying farewell, and until next time, okay? So take care and the best of luck. All right, bye.